1, the Beyond the Movement, the L Juice.
Welcome back to another episode. I sound sick. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond Movement. Hope you're having a great day, and we have something special for you today.
Something super special that Eljay won't tell me about.
And I don't even know what the answer to it is, so I don't have an answer to it. Is there such a thing as work-life balance? Are you supposed to separate the two, or are you supposed to mix the two to have a more fulfilling?
Well, you want me to just slam dunk this one in 30 seconds? I'll just slam dunk her, and then we'll shut her down.
Let's go.
And then we'll start a new topic.
Let's give her a go.
I'm just kidding.
Right.
I do have thoughts, though. I've looked into this.
See, I really have not.
Okay, so...
But it was just a question in my head.
Everyone thinks work-life balance. Everyone's like, oh, I need work-life balance, work-life balance. I'm tired. I need work-life balance. Work-life balance does not mean 50% work, 50% life. So, because it's unrealistic. When you're working a 40-hour work week, 5 days a week, and you only have your weekend, that's impossible to achieve a work-life balance. Work-life balance is living in the moment at whatever task is at hand. That's what work-life balance was. From like the research I did and looking into it from different mentors and different life coaches, different successful business entrepreneurs and such, it was all about, if you're at work, be at work. Because if you're living a half-life being, I'm at work, oh, but I just can't wait to go home and I need to do this. Then you go home and then you're like, oh man, I'm swamped at work. I need to get this extra work done. And then you go back to work and you're like, oh man, I don't want to be here. I just want the weekend to come. But then the weekend hits and you're just dreading work. So if you're constantly like whatever task is at hand, if you're thinking about the other stuff, then of course you're never going to feel complete. But if you're at work and you focus at work and you get the job done, then you can go home and you can play with the kids and you can hang out with the wife worry free. You don't need to think about work because you completed it. It's done. You don't need to. So it's like, when you're playing with the kids, play with the kids. 100%
don't be
fully
on your
invested.
Phone. Yeah.
Don't be on your phone. Don't be thinking about work. Don't be thinking about bills or stress. Play with the kids. When you're at work, work hard and get that shit done. Harder now in today's society, I think. Excuse me. What a breath.
Wow. That was like Eminem, just spitting.
Yeah.
Seems like you really thought about it. I'm not surprised, but
so yeah, it's being fully invested into the moment when you're working, like get it done. It's harder now in the society now, because I can attest to this with some of my friends who like to play video games, especially cell phone games or iPad games. There's a lot of games now or entertainment that's auto running. So they have things like games that'll just play themselves. And when you grab your phone, you progressed a little bit in said game, where it's like you're hanging out with your friends. There's something on the TV, but you're also playing your cell phone game. So you're doing 3 different things, which means you're doing nothing.
Or you're doing 3 different things.
Or I've talked to recent clients of mine who just adopted Facebook. They're like, I didn't need Facebook before, but I wanted to try it now. They've told me that they'll watch TV now, but TV's almost not enough. They want to be scrolling through Facebook while they're watching TV. So I
actually had a thought of that last night.
There's a book on it. There's art about just focusing on one task at a time, versus when I'm programming or when I'm editing this podcast, I'll be editing the podcast on one screen. I'll have Netflix on another screen, and I might be a little bit on Facebook or Instagram or a video game, doing 3 different things at once. You know what I mean? And my brain, even though Instagram... So
you catch yourself doing that.
Yeah, it's like over multitasking. The amount of screens that are around us, the amount of screens in this room right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in my office and there's 6 different monitors and screens.
Only one is mine, ladies and gents.
Yeah, so you see what I mean? It's even don't make me out to be this person.
Actually, yeah.
Okay, work-life balance. That's my viewpoint, is be fully invested in the task. Because if you fully invest yourself on the weekend and you're fully living in the moment and not thinking about work, that's how you get that real true recharge time. For me, I try to work everything in advance. I try to get the podcast all edited before the weekend hits. I try to get all my client programs done. I want to be all the work done, house vacuum, so that my whole weekend is about what it should be. Family, friends, recharge.
Well, you just sound like you've got it all together. Huh?
Okay, if you guys want to like, share, and subscribe to this video.
I'm struggling with it a little bit at this point. Like work-life balance. It's almost like I almost feel like if I separate it, or it's almost impossible for me to like turn off work or turn off family in my mind, only because I love both. Mm-hmm. Right? And when I'm spending time with the kids, I try my damn hardest to spend time with the kids. Spending time with the wife, try to spend time with the wife. When I'm at work, I do work. But I don't know if I can actually turn my brain off like, hey, don't think about work. Because there's a lot of things like, hey, I'm doing this. I'm cooking right now. I'm meal prepping. Wife's right there beside me. Maybe I have an audio going on about health and fitness. Then all of a sudden, something gets said in that podcast or that YouTube video that's like, ooh, one of my clients need that. And then all of a sudden now, it's almost like this video or audio gets blurry. And then now my head's starting to go while I'm cooking or playing. I don't know. I don't know if I can actually separate it. I'm just glad that I love both. Because I don't think I think this question applies more for people who have very, and again, I'm not saying change your job or quit your job. Some people don't like what they do for work.
Do you feel like you're out of balance?
Me?
Yeah.
I feel like I spend a lot of time with work.
Do you need to?
I've found a lot of ways in the last couple of months to be more efficient.
What I'm saying is, you're saying
that I do.
This question of work-life balance, is it achievable? Do you feel like that it's out of whack right now?
I don't feel like it's out of whack. I feel like I'm trying to hit 100% on both. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that is work-life. Like I said, I've never thought of the answer to it.
Yeah.
It's just a question that popped in my head while I was driving, and I just quickly wrote it down on my phone.
This is a health and fitness podcast. If I take it to a health and fitness route, your work-life balance is just like your fitness balance. When you're doing, let's say you're on like my brute strength is down from my current training style, right? My ability to do max push-ups and max pull-ups is down compared to 1 year ago, but my Olympic lifting is way better. My handstands are way better. As long as the journey has its ups and downs, but the average of flow is up, that's what 100% is. 100% is not like maximum family time, maximum work time. What it is those will both go, they'll move up and down. Work will move up and down, family life will move up and down, but as long as the average is a consistent going up, that's what the balance is. That's the average.
I think maximum effort was what I was going for, not really like maximize 100%.
Yeah,
it's like
maximum effort though, that doesn't need to be 200%. What that is whatever you're doing, task at hand, 100% in said task at hand. That's what work-life balance to me is, and that's what makes sense.
Hey, that kind of makes sense. If you guys, I think this will be very short, but if you guys have any thoughts about this, if you like what you do and you like your family, love your family, I don't know how you do work-life balance, or what does that even mean to other people? I don't even know what that means to me.
Work-life balance should mean that you're fulfilled in both. You enjoy both.
I think
you're successful at both.
You said that
you're fulfilled in both. So are you fulfilled at work? Now that's a question of like work-life balance. If work, like you said, if work is not enjoyable and you don't like your job, it's going to be that much harder to achieve said balance in work. I love what I do. In the last podcast, you complimented me saying that I'm a hard worker, but I'll say work still burns me out because I work very hard.
Well, physically, mentally, it burns you out, but like fulfillment, the way you feel about it when it's
balance
done,
is relatively easy to hit because I feel good about it. So like balance is definitely going to be easier to hit. So again, if your family life sucks, your relationship with your spouse isn't very good, it's going to be harder to achieve balance in that. So maybe life or that family life needs a little bit more of your energy, which means work needs to turn down just a little bit. Being, if you're that person, just you and AJ, no kids, you work like a dog so hard that when you come home and say, oh, I just need a beer and I just need to sit down and watch the game and turn my brain off. I don't want to talk to the wife right now because I'm done. That's not work-life balance.
That'd be rough.
That's not work-life balance. And some relationships are like that. Being like, it's got to be, I worked hard at work and then I come home and I work hard at my relationship as well. Being the 36 questions we do, having that as a date night, even if it's You pull out a beer, the wife pulls out a glass of wine. You guys light candles, put some effort into the relationship, have a conversation, get to know each other. Play a 2-person board game together, do a puzzle together, do something that's going to connect you two versus wife's on Facebook, you're playing a video game. You know what I mean? You work hard and you put effort into your job because it pays you money. Your relationship pays you personal fulfillment, growth, and equity. Love, and if you're not actually putting work or effort into your relationship, the balance is going to feel low. The balance will feel off.
I guess to kind of finish it off, it's put time and effort on the ones that need time and effort.
Yeah.
Right?
And
it doesn't need to be, hey, Monday to Friday's work, Saturday, Sunday is family. I think it should be
same thing with effort levels in the gym. Oh man, my endurance is a little bit low. I'm going to have to start running more. Oh, now my brute strength has gone down because I've been doing too much cardio, so I'm going to change the focus. I'm going to do a little bit more cardio. The other thing is people get caught into habits. Monday to Friday is work, Saturday is chores, Sunday is a relaxed day, versus being a little bit more spontaneous. Some of the most important moments to me in my relationship that haven't even been done as much as they should be lately is spontaneous date nights, spontaneous things. Where it's like, you know what? It's Tuesday night. It's Tuesday night. I'm tired from work and I'm beat up, but I'm going to just come home, tell Diane to get changed halfway through the drive home. She'll say, for what? I'll be like, we're going out. She'll be like, where? I'll be like, don't worry about it. And we go and buy a tea and I take her to the lake and we just walk the lake together just for 30 minutes, something different. That can increase balance. Like that's like small effort, huge payoff. You know what I mean? But that's just breaking the pattern, breaking the cycle. I work and then I relax and then I do this and I work. Sometimes you got to break the cycle a little bit. That's something that really plagues me because I like getting into the habit, into the cycle, and I just ride it. Versus,
I think I'm on that train right now. It's just like Monday to Friday.
It's harder for you though to break the cycle because you're breaking the cycle 5 different ways. You got 4 little ones and the boss.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm the boss.
No,
I'm not.
So yeah, like
I'm not.
For a guy like yourself to break the cycle with your family, be more spontaneous with your wife. Again, though, there's a bigger picture for you. Is you can be spontaneous.
Funny because we do that for the kids. It's almost like, hey, guess what? We're not having dinner at home tonight. Bam.
Yeah. You need to, like, I think, I obviously don't know your relationship that much, but that spontaneous, I can definitely see you guys doing it with the kids, but I don't know if you guys do it for each other as much as you both deserve it.
Yeah. Only if you babysit, bro.
And I think that goes for a lot of relationships, though, is we forget to actually court each other. You know what? Like,
oh man,
something that one of my clients said, her name's Karen. Shout out Karen. I don't know if you watch this, but she said she's been married for 20 plus years. She's like, I'm always want to be his girlfriend. Because people, when they get married, they're like, oh, it's done. We're all locked in now. I'm
not trying to impress no one.
Yeah, I don't need to impress no one. I got my mans. If you always try to be AJ's boyfriend, always trying to court her and always try to make sure that you're the only one that she'll ever look at, if AJ treats you as the girlfriend, being she's always trying to be that for you, it's a little bit of a different approach. Yeah. So
absolutely.
It's an
interesting point of view.
That courting, that constant courting, you know what I mean? Still trying to make her fall in love with you. She loves you, but you want her to fall in love more, and then more, and then more.
That's now more than 100% effort. That's like 105, 110%, which is, again, payout's big.
The balance, though, it'll actually recharge you more than you think it will. You think that doing these extra tasks of love will deplete your battery more, but it actually recharges it more. Well, you give a little more, you always get a little more.
Very simple concept of the more you give, the more you get.
Yeah.
Very, very simple. Anyways, I think it was very interesting. Work-life balance, what do you think about it?
Like, comment, and please share this video. We love that the most.
2 good-looking dudes. I don't know why you won't share.
We'll catch you guys later.
Peace.